Hi, in this video we'll use the application called PolySmlt2 on your TI-84 to solve linear and quadratic equations. Okay, now linear equations have power 1, so 3x minus 5 equals 7 is linear, and quadratics have got power 2, so x squared there, 6x squared, take away 7x, take away 3 is 0. We could have power 3, which are called cubics. We could have power 4, power 5, power 6, and so on. All of these equations, all equations of this type are called polynomials. Okay? So, this is how we use the application. First thing is you press the apps button, which is the purple button, and you'll be given a list of all sorts of things here. We'll talk about that in class later, about what you're allowed and what you're not allowed, and we'll take it from there, but that's later. So in order to get down to P for polysmlt, the easiest way is to go alpha and then P, which is number 8, look. That'll take you to all the P's. Go down, PolySmlt2, press enter. Press enter again. Okay, and now you've got a thing called polyroot finder. Well, a polyroot finder finds you the answers, the solutions to polynomials. Okay, so when we press enter here, what happens is by default it's set here with order 2. Now order is just another way of saying the highest power. So at the moment your TI-84 is saying that it will solve you a power 2 equation. Well, in our first example there we want to power 1. So take it back to 1 and then press enter. Everything else is fine on it, so don't worry about changing anything there. Now in order to press next, you use the graph button. Okay, so press graph and that will take you to the next point there. Notice it's something x plus something is 0. A1x, a number in front of x, plus A0, a constant term, a number at the end, equals 0. Notice equals 0. So step 1 in any of these equations, if it's not equal to 0, you've got to make it equal to 0. So how are we going to do that? Well, I can subtract 7 from both sides. By doing that, I end up with 3x. Negative 5 take away 7, using the number line, is negative 12. 7 take away 7 is 0. And that's now ready to enter into your calculator. So what is A1? Well, it's the coefficient of x. It's the number in front of x, which is 3. Press enter and it'll jump down, and your next one is, even says minus 12, it's negative 12. Don't forget using the negative button. Negative 12. Press enter and then press solve, and again look, the solve button's on the screen, but you've got to press graph, and there it is. X1, the only answer there is one answer. X1 equals 4. Okay, and that's it. That's your answer. Done. Wasn't difficult. Didn't say it was. And there you are. Let me just fiddle with it and get it out of the way. There you go. The answer to that is x equals 4. And now, I know you could have done that in your head, but we're just getting the idea across here of what to do. Let's do the second one, which is a quadratic. Go back to the screen, and we need to go back to the main button. So that's the main screen. So y equals, and it takes you back to the main. Back in again now. Enter again. To the right, then we want an order 2. We want a power 2. Enter again. Press next. Don't press next. Press graph. And now look what you've got. You've got 3 numbers to put in. You've got one called A2, one called A1, and one called A0. Don't worry too much about the notation there. It's simply A2 is the number in front of x squared, which is 6, and then enter. A1 is the number in front of x, which is negative 7. Press enter. And then A0 is the constant term, the number on the end, which is negative 3. And then solve, so press graph. And this time you get 2 answers because it's a quadratic. So we end up with 2 possible solutions there. Let me just fiddle with it again for you. and there we have it. Alright, and that's it. It's simple as that. Done.